Today on the Trent Out Loud Podcast, Luka has been playing the best on Dallas. 100% not going to take that away from him, but he lost the game for us last night. That was a stupid play. What up? It's your boy Trent Out Loud, and I'm back with another episode. All right, it's Thursday morning. Y'all know me by now. I'm in a great mood because that means we're one more day away from the weekend, and that puts me in a good mood all the time. All right, I got a small show set up for you guys today. For those of you who are listening on CFQR600.com, that just means you get more hip-hop and R&B. And for those of you who are listening on YouTube and podcast platforms, hey, it is what it is. You get a small show. We got a small news cycle out there. I don't make this stuff up. I deal with what is presented to me. All right, so we got 3 lead stories. Rob Schneider calls out Will Smith as a liar, calls Will Smith a liar and a fraud. Second lead story, we're going to talk about a TikToker that got fired from her job for using the N-word on TikTok. And then lastly, NBA legend and the inspiration behind the logo, Jerry West, passed away yesterday. So that is some sad news. Then we're going to jump into quick news. Former LAPD detective claims that Diddy ordered a $1 million hit on Suge Knight and Tupac. We got no speed news. We got question of the day. We had a good question of the day. And then, of course, we're going to close out with sports news. We're going to talk about Game 3, Boston and Dallas. We got to talk about that game. It was crazy. And then, yeah, that's it. We're going to close out with sports news. All right. Y'all know what time it is. Turn your TVs, radio, or your devices up. I'm about to start this show. Let's go. Actor and comedian Rob Schneider calls Will Smith a liar and a fraud while discussing the Oscar slap. Actor and comedian Rob Schneider shares his thoughts about Will Smith and the Academy while discussing Will Smith slaps. I gonna play a clip for you right now, but I actually blame Stephen A. Smith for this. We made it through 2 or 3 weeks of press. A huge press run. Nobody said nothing about the Oscars. Nobody said nothing about Chris Rock, the slap, nothing. Stephen A. Smith comes out, opens his mouth, and now, of course, more people are going to be talking. Now we got to hear Rob Schneider's damn mouth. I'm so upset at this. I really hope that this doesn't start a whole big thing because, like everybody says in the comment section, like, we are so past this. This is between Chris and Will. We ain't canceling Will. But anyways, listen to Rob Schneider and what he has to say.
Will Smith is a twat, and he's really an asshole.
For me, when I met him, right, I always say...
Like the nicest,
yes,
most wonderful... He's a liar. Complete, utter fraud.
So he went on to say how, like, the Academy didn't do what they were supposed to do. This was violence, and, you know, they were afraid of being racist, and it doesn't matter the color of your skin, whatever, blah, blah. He completely forgot to mention that Chris himself told the Academy, told the police officers, please do not arrest them. Please do not press charges. It was up to Chris Rock. And he said, I do not want any charges pressed. I don't want him kicked out. Just leave it as is. Him and I will handle this. This is another reason why it makes no sense people talking about it. That's between Chris and between Will. If he decides that he doesn't want to press charges, why are you sitting up there saying, oh, the Academy didn't want to do this, whatever? The Academy listened to Chris Rock's wishes, and what they did for themselves is they said, Will, because of your actions, you're banned from the Academy Awards for the next 10 years. That's what they did, right? So, like, it just makes no sense why people like Rob Schneider or Will Smith, or Stephen A. Smith would continue talking about this when we've talked about it at length when it happened, and it was 2 years ago, and the person himself is not talking about it. If Chris Rock was out here doing interviews, doing podcasts, and you don't think, let me finish my thought. If he's out here doing podcasts and having conversations or in the media saying, don't go support him, he's an a-hole, you know, I tried to reach out to him and we tried to talk in the back end and he's this, whatever, blah, blah, I would understand more. But the fact that Chris Rock is not saying anything, and what I was going to say before is that, do you not think there has been at least 100 different outlets that have reached out to Chris Rock during the Will Smith and Bad Boys press run to say, yo, do you want to talk about Will Smith? Do you want to come on my show? Like, I'm sure there's people that have offered him probably millions of dollars. The Chris Rock interview about this is probably worth millions of dollars. And Chris Rock is clearly not doing that. Chris Rock has his own thoughts. We don't know what they are. The only thing that we heard him talk about this with is when he had his Netflix special, and somebody told me that he got $20 million for that Netflix special, and he talked about Will on that special for around, 15, 20 minutes, and that was it. And who knows what's happening in the background? Who knows? It could be friends, it could be enemies. We don't know. So of course, online is going to pick up when somebody does say something about him, because that's just what online does. But I totally agree with 99% of the people in the comment section. We're not canceling Will Smith. Chris Rock didn't say to cancel him. He didn't say anything. We should just leave well enough alone. Go and see the movie. And if you don't want to go see the movie, that's fine. But why do you need to make a public statement about Will Smith so that you could go viral about your thoughts about Will Smith? Like, that's just like a punk thing to do. You know what I mean? Like, go viral on your own merit, build your own movie or build your own career or have your own incident. Like, you trying to go viral off of another man's misfortune or something that's between two other men is just whack. So, I just hate what Stephen A. Smith did. I hate what Rob Schneider is doing. And I really hope that this is the last that we see, because those two men both have been literally torn apart for trying to do what they're doing. Like, nobody in the comment section is on their side. So I hope this is the last one. All right, this brings us to our second lead story. TikToker is fired from her day job after using the N-word in a viral video. The company said that she is out of here. TikToker influencer Lady Gadias recently went viral after she made some offensive comments in a video about the type of man she prefers. Lily started the video out by speaking about gold diggers and eventually referred to some women as whiteys and immigrants fresh off the boat. She went on to say that most married women she knows are married to broke ass N-words. After receiving some backlash, she seemingly doubled down on her offensive language, maintaining that it's her First Amendment right to express herself. Okay. Looks like her place of employment caught wind of the video as the company released a statement on Tuesday revealing that she had been fired. Gada reacts to the news of her post and swipe left to see. Okay, so I'm going to play the first clip when she uses the N-word. Take a listen.
Everybody I know who's married right now, they're married to broke niggas.
Okay, so after that clip now, she gets back online because now there's like comment section and people like going viral. And then this is her clip after that, after her being viral, before she got fired from her job. But this is what she said to the people in the comment section. Take a listen.
A recent video of mine seems to have upset members of a certain community. All the backlash just really made me do a deep dive, do a soul search. And after all that, I still couldn't find a care.
Well, she got jokes. I actually thought that she was going to, apologize or something. But all right, funny clip, after consoling my pastor and after doing a deep dive, I couldn't find a care. Okay. Then she got fired from that, making those two posts. And now she put in her stories, no more video. And she said, getting me fired for saying a word you don't like is sick, creepy behavior. She can't really spell it because she put sick and then period and then put capital C, creepy behavior, which it should just be sick, comma, creepy behavior, but whatever, I digress. Listen, people, you're going to just have to accept the fact that you can't just be using the N-word out here, right? White people, you can't be using the N-word. That's it. You can use it privately. You can move it. You can use it amongst yourselves. Sure. But you cannot use it on your platforms. Then don't apologize when you offend people because your jobs will fire you. I mean, this is literally probably the 100th person that's gotten fired over the past couple of years. We've seen this story repeatedly a million times. This is a rerun out here. So, if you're self-employed or even at that, because then people won't come and shop with you. But, if you're self-employed, you're not worried about losing your job, you have your own platform, hey, say whatever you want or do whatever you want. But trust, if you work for somebody and you have a viral video using the N-word in a derogatory way, and then you come back out and you spit in people's face trying to be funny, which I'll admit was kind of funny a little bit when she said that she was about processing her feelings and then said, she flipped and said she doesn't care. Okay, ha ha ha. But now who's laughing now when you're in the unemployment line? Know what I'm saying? All right, this brings us to our third lead story. NBA legend and inspiration behind the league's logo, Jerry West, passes away at age 86. We are sending our condolences to the family of NBA legend Jerry West following the news of his passing. According to NBC News, the Los Angeles Clippers announced the news in a statement. Jerry West, the personification of basketball excellence and a friend that and a friend to all who knew him, passed away peacefully this morning at the age of 86. This was an article from yesterday. He didn't pass away this morning. He passed away yesterday morning. His wife, Karen, was by his side. Oh, that's nice. West played for the Los Angeles Lakers for 14 years and helped lead the team to 9 appearances in the NBA Finals, eventually winning the title in 1972. He's the inspiration behind the NBA logo. He was recently working with the Los Angeles Clippers. So I always thought that he had a bigger role with the LA Lakers. I didn't realize he just played for them. And I don't know what made him be the inspiration behind the logo if he only won one final. But I mean, I know going to 14 finals, that's great. But anyways, rest in peace to Jerry West. I wish I could give a little bit more, but that was way before my time. I really don't know that much about Jerry West, other than, yes, I knew that he was the inspiration behind the logo. This brings up the question, though, that people are saying that it would be nice to have Kobe Bryant be in the logo. So I don't know if maybe the fact of Jerry West passing away, maybe now I think to some that it would be probably like keep him as the logo, or maybe now replace him with Kobe. I don't know. Depends how you look at it, right? Depends the generation that looks at it actually too. I think probably now that he passed away, they would probably get backlash for changing the logo to Kobe Bryant. But I do think that the NBA needs to find some way to immortalize Kobe Bryant in some form or fashion. Anyways, rest in peace to Jerry West and condolences to his family. All right, this brings us to Speed News, our one Speed News story. Former LAPD detective claims Diddy ordered a $1 million hit on Tupac and Suge Knight, allegedly offered the money to a man who would later go on to admit that he was involved in Tupac's shooting. All right, how does this story start here? In a shocking revelation shared with the New York Times, former LAPD detective Greg Kading, who was heavily involved in an investigation into the murders of both Tupac and Biggie, says Keefe D admitted that Diddy ordered a hit on Tupac and Suge Knight in 1995. The officer said Keefe's claims the hit was ordered during the Summer Jam tour of 1995 in California. Diddy allegedly held a meeting in a hotel room where he told a group of Crips that he wanted Tupac and Suge's head. Diddy allegedly offered Keefe D $1 million to kill both Shakur and Suge Knight, to which Keefe D replied, "Man, we'll wipe their ass." I think we could say that. "Man, we'll wipe their asses out quickly." Ironically, in 1996, the situation occurred where Tupac punched Orlando Anderson, Keefe D's nephew, in the face during a Mike Tyson fight at the MGA Grand in the Las Vegas area. Keefe wrote about the encounter in his 2019 memoir and stated that the became anonymously personal. Sorry, the ish became anonymously personal. Keefe said he obtained a gun and went to search the streets to find Tupac and Suge. He allegedly handed the weapon to his nephew, Orlando, who he said shot Tupac 4 times. Keefe was arrested and charged with the murder of Tupac in 2003 since he admitted to providing the gun in his book. So we have literally heard about the whole Tupac and Diddy thing and the Tupac and Biggie murder for years now. And yes, we do. For those who don't remember, Keefe D being arrested last year. I don't know what happened with that case. I don't think he has had trial yet. I think he's just been arrested. But now somebody is saying that Diddy was involved. I think this is just because Diddy has all of these things going on. So people are trying to just throw another thing in there. But we've heard about this with Diddy for years now. This is not shocking. We know that, Diddy had, some say into what was going on. And he was trying to get some people to have some retaliation for murdering Biggie Smalls. All right, this brings us to question of the day. Today's question is, what's your issue with today's music? All right, I know a lot of you probably have a lot to say. King Dat says, I am King Dad says, too damn vulgar and they sound the same. Okay, first of all, hip hop has always been super vulgar. 80s, 90s, Little Kim, Madonna, remember, my neck, my back, lick my, and my, like it's always been vulgar. Stop it. It does sound the same a little bit ish. I think we're just a product of the moment because our parents too used to say, oh my gosh, all that rap music sounds the same. So I think that's just a generational thing. It's about popularity, not talent. That is a good point. That the person who said that was Chief_Fly. I will admit that I feel like back in the day, it was really about talent. A&R is making great music, and now it's all about popularity. But that's just because most of our music now is consumed on social media, TikTok and Instagram, and a little bit of Snapchat. So if you're really popular and you have an okay song, but you're popping in social media, now your popularity can make your music a little bit more popular, right? And I think that you could kind of really, like Ice Spice or a Sexy Red, where they're not necessarily like lyricists, but we really like them, so we like their music. So I totally agree with that. Somebody said always something demonic. Okay. Elizabeth said too sexual. I'm no prude, but dang, that I totally don't agree with. Like I just said, Madonna, Little Kim. Somebody said talentless, not timeless. You know what? I do think about that sometimes. Like I listen to, hey, I have an old school hip hop and R&B show, CFQR600.com. And I wonder, like in 20 years, the music that we play now, is it going to be timeless? Like, is it going to hit the same? Like you could play, a lot of that music from the 90s and 2000s. And even the new generation is like, yo, that's a good song. I wonder if this new social media quick music, how it's going to be received in 20 years. Because you have to remember it, right? It's got to like bring you back. But I think it probably will actually, because music marks time, right? So you not necessarily do you love the music, but you love where the memories that music has. So even if you love or like the song, you still remember, remember when I was in high school, wow, I'm 30 years old now, or that brings me back to when I was 15, 16 years old, right? So I'm sure it will be timeless for this generation. Promoting too much violence and sexualizing everything. Okay, stop it. We had NWA, F the Police. No, stop it. We were the older generation, the people who started even before my time, the people who started hip hop. They had way more violence. I don't know if way more violence, but they had violence too. Somebody also said too much drug culture. Again, too, that was heavily in the 90s as well. Somebody said the lyrics are full of caca. Okay, we do have a lot more music or hip hop that doesn't have as much lyrics in there. I just named Sexy Red and Ice Spice, 100%. Not enough dancing in the rain anymore. 100,000%. There's not enough R&B. There's not enough dancing. There's not enough fun. I totally agree. I'll give my answer right now. There's not enough love songs. Remember, like my God, Boyz II Men on Bended Knee, I'll Make Love to You, Casey JoJo, Drew Hill. Like, where are like the boy groups, even the girl groups like SWV and Vogue, Escape? Like, where's that music? Like, everything is all like, yo, I want to smash, yo, coming over, booty call, da da da. Like, there's no more like love songs anymore. That's to me what's wrong with today's music. All right, I'll read a couple more. A lot of them should have been plumbers. Okay, it's funny. No soul in it. That's another thing. But you have SZA. SZA has soul, but 100%. We had a lot more soulful, like Lauryn Hill, Erykah Badu. You know, you had a lot more soul, even in like straight hip hop, where Queen Latifah, MC Lyte. I mean, MC Lyte was before my time, but still, you know, MC Lyte. Like there is missing a little bit of soul. Somebody said there isn't any balance in music. It's all ratchetness. That's pretty much what I just said. Videos don't have concepts in them anymore. Well, that's a money thing, right? Like, you used to have bigger budgets because they sold more albums and they made more money. Now they don't make as much money on the music and they make more money on touring. So the money is always going to go where the profits are, right? And you used to have TRL, BT, 106 in Park. So people watch videos. Now you just watch it on YouTube. So it's, that's why there's no more money in music videos. I do miss big budget videos though. Shout out to Little X and Hype Williams. Somebody said Sexy Red. That's not nice. Then, all right, the last one is everybody want a quick song and not looking for longevity. They just want one-hit wonders. Again, that's really because of social media. All right, that's it. You guys write me in your answers. What do you think is wrong with today's music? Send me an email at trentoutloud@cfqr600.com. Comment below this video or send me a DM at any of my social handles, Trent Out Loud. All right, this brings us to sports news. All right, oh my gosh, man. Game 3, Dallas and Boston, so disappointing. Not only just because I was going for Dallas, but it's so depressing to me when finals are so lopsided. Like, you don't want to have a sweep in the finals. You wait all season to get to the finals so the two best teams from each conference can go head to head. You want to see a battle. You want to see a fight. Like I said, I don't necessarily have a dog in the fight. I was going for Dallas, but I'm just more disappointed because we're just not seeing good basketball. We're not seeing a good game. You know, people are like, this is the most anticipated playoffs in 10 years, blah, 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 blah. Dallas hasn't even won a game, man. They're down 0-3. Last night's game, Boston got into a 21-point lead. That shouldn't even have happened at home. Like, how do you even let that happen? And then Dallas gets their ish together and finally makes a comeback. I think they went on a 21-2 run in the fourth quarter with 8 minutes left. And then Luka, when they're within 2 points, Luka gets one foul that brings him to get his fifth. He gets a foul, which brings him to his fifth foul. And then like a minute later, he gets his sixth foul and gets ejected from the game, like on a blocking foul. Like, yo, let Brown drive to the net. Like, I understand there was nobody there to guard the net, so you're going to try to, draw a charge. You end up calling a blocking foul and you get fouled out. Like, that is stupid. You have 4 minutes left. It's not like you have 20 seconds left. Luka has been playing the best on Dallas, 100%, not going to take that away from him, but he lost the game for us last night. That was a stupid play. He should have had more heads up than that, than to try to draw the charge. That was what cost us the game. It demotivated, deflated the entire run. Kyrie tried to put the team on his back and score going down the stretch, but everybody knows the ball's going to go to Kyrie. You don't have to guard anybody else on the floor, right? Like Jackson, okay, he's doing all right, but oh man, that disappointed me. And Luka, like I said, I give credit to Luka. He's literally been carrying the team the whole time, even though they've been losing. He's been the best player on Dallas, but that was a huge, huge mistake that Luka Doncic made. And I just can't believe Dallas still lost. even without what's that guy that's on Boston? I can't remember his name. He starts with a P. Poker. I can't remember his name. Anyways, they don't have their big center there. 7'3" dude. He's out and you still can't win. At the starting of the game, I was like, you know what? It's going to suck if Dallas wins this game. Porzingis. Sorry, that's the guy's name. Porzingis is on it. I was like, man, it's going to suck. Dallas is going to win. Everyone's going to say it's because Porzingis wasn't in the game. And if they win the championship, they're going to say because Porzingis got injured in game 2. He wasn't there for game 3. I don't like that. You mean to tell me you couldn't even win without Porzingis in there, man? Anyways, very, 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 very disappointed in this NBA Finals. Very disappointed in Dallas. Very disappointed in that one play from Luka. And you can't talk about Dallas without saying how disappointed you are in Kyrie Irving. Kyrie has just been playing a really horrible series. He played better tonight. He scored 35 points, but it wasn't like a dominating 35 points, right? It wasn't a great 35 points. He did have a better game, but anyways, as you can tell, I'm just not happy. But the series is over. They're down 0-3. No NBA team in history has ever come back from 0-3. So I really doubt that it's going to happen now. So that's it. It's over. I'll still watch Friday, but yeah, it's over. It's a wrap, man. All right. That's it for the show. I hate to end the show off on a sour note, especially it being Thursday and Friday tomorrow, my favorite day of the week. But anyways, show's over. I will see y'all tomorrow. Thanks for hanging with me. Before I leave, just want to remind you, if you're used to listening to this podcast on podcast platforms or watching it on YouTube, by the way, you can also watch on Spotify right now. If you're used to watching or listening, try to check us out on CFQR600.com Monday to Friday from 11 to 12. CFQR600.com anywhere in the world on any device, or 600 AM if you're in the Montreal area. Tune in from 11 to 12. We do play the Trent Out Loud Podcast. We do mix it in with hip hop and R&B from the 90s and 2000s. It's a great, great show, a great hour to break up your day. Vice versa, if you're used to listening to the Trent Out Loud Podcast on 600 AM or 600.com, and you can always catch the show from 11 to 12. We understand you're busy, you got things to do. You can always check out the podcast on demand on YouTube. And like I said, you could watch it now also on Spotify. We upload shows daily, so you never have to miss anything. Just go to your desired platform, type in Trent Out Loud. The show will pop up. Don't forget to hit the follow or the subscribe button so you can be notified whenever we upload a new show. I will see y'all tomorrow. Thanks for kicking it with me. I'm out. Peace. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, Trent Out Loud. Peace.